Hey guys, XJ here, and today's gonna be a 12.9 patch video. Yeah, it's a bit late, but whatever. I actually was making this, but I actually had it on the wrong monitor because, well, I was doing stuff and I was moving my computer. The lighting's kind of bad, but whatever. Don't really care. It's whatever. So we're gonna go right into this. Again, this was 2.5 weeks ago. This isn't the latest patch. I will make that shortly after, so don't worry. All off. AD growth. He had 127 AD at level 18. Now it's 148. Health growth was 100, now it's 105. Mana growth is 42, now it's 50. It's kind of funny that they show the AD growth at level 18, but they don't show the health growth. I mean, maybe because it's a bit more complicated because it's points, like points, 8. Passive Berserk Rage, maximum attack speed granted was 99%. Now it's 40 to 100%, levels 1 through 18. So yeah, scales now instead of just being super strong, level 1. Berserk Rage now provides a 10 to 30% life steals, level 1 through 18, based on all of its HP, so now it's an inherit um, life stealing. It used to cap out at 0% HP, which was a big thing about his 99%. Now it caps out at 30, so that's quite huge. So as is important to know is all because that's how he reaches 100% attack speed level 18 at 30% HP instead of 99. Undertow cooldown was 7 seconds, now it's 9 seconds. Damage was 80 to 200, now it's 60 to 260. No, 80 to 260, now it's 60 to 260. Maximum range was 300, now it's 425 units. Mana cost was 60 outrings, now it's 40 to 60. Q Undertow now shreds 20 to 30% armor for 4 seconds upon hitting an enemy champion. Uh, if you hit more axes, it just refreshes the debuff. Picking up axes now fully refunds Q's cooldown, but axes can only be thrown a maximum of once every 3 seconds. The 3 second scale to ability haze. Include a quality of life buff to Olaf's Q Undertow so that it now grants ghosting more consistently to jungle monsters who he hits or are near him when his Q casts. I didn't even know his Undertow gives ghosting, so that's kind of interesting. Well, um, W Tough It Out, they changed name. Cooldown is now it was 10 well, it's essentially a new ability, so let's just say what the new ability is. It's 16 to 10 seconds. Attack speed is 40 to 80%. It used to get 50 to 90 though. Ability duration is 4 seconds instead of 6 seconds. It now resets Olaf's basic attack timer. On activation, Olaf now gains 10 to 150 plus 25% missing HP, capped at 30% of his current HP. Shield for 2.5 seconds. No longer grants life steal because they moved to his passive. No longer amplifies Olaf's healing based on missing HP. So this is pretty much as an attack speed slash auto attack reset slash gives him a shield. So pretty basic ability. Ragnarok. His ultimate bonus attack damage was 15 to 25, 30% AD. Now it's 10 to 30 plus 25% AD. Duration 6 seconds. Now it's 3 seconds. Passive resist was 20 to 40. Now it's 10 to 40. So it's nerfed mostly early, mid, and late. It's pretty much the same. I am whatever removed. So he no longer loses his bonus resistances during his ultimate. So he just becomes mega tanky and has about a ton of AD when he ults. Hitting a champion with his basic attack or E, Reckless Swing extends the duration of Ragnarok to 2.5 seconds. All can refresh the Ragnarok definitely. So, my initial thoughts on this is, well, I think they just want to make his clear less optimal, as in, like, he's super off, been super strong. Is this you need to do a very specific clear to really do good with him. People saying he sucks. I don't know why they were saying he sucks. He had a really good win. He had a 51, 52% win rate in like Diamond Plus, Masters Plus. Overall, he just looks a lot easier. Slash, uh, I don't like I don't like these infinite lasting ultimates at all. I really dislike them. I just think it's silly because it leads to some really crazy cases, and it's like it just kind of feels bad. Like it's like versing Zeri, the most frustrating thing is like it says, "Can you nuke her?" No. If you can't, you just run away and try to not. Some people are gonna die probably. It's just I don't know. I don't like infinite lasting ultimates. The two things I don't like are infinite lasting things and resets. I hate reset champions and I hate infinite lasting things. I just think they're awful, honestly. Um, what else? I mean that's honestly pretty much it. Talia's getting changed. But base stats didn't change. Base health was lowered by 31. But base health regen was lowered by zero point 0.5. Health regen growth was zero point 0.7, now it's 0.65. Base mana was 425, now it's 470. Base mana regen was 9.34, now it's 8. Mana growth was 9.85, or no, 0.85, now it's 0.8. Base armor was 20, now it's 18. Movement speed was 335, now it's 330. Passive was changed, so overall, she just has less base stats. That's because she's getting a lot more utility overall. Passive rock surfing, out of combat movement speed was 20 to 45%. Now it's 10 to 55% levels 1 through 15. Before it was levels 1 through 18, so that's very important to note. Early game it's kind of a nerf, but it scales better now. Passive fall off time when on train was 1 second, now it's 2.5 seconds. Q, volley, the mana cost was 50 to 90, now it's 60 to 80. Cooldown was 73, now it's 6.5 to 2.5. One rock damage was 70 to 170 plus 45% AP, now it's 38 to 130 plus 50% AP. Damage reduction from subsequent stone shards was 50%, now it's 60%. 5 rock damage was 210 to 510 plus 135% AP, now it's 98 to 338 plus 130% AP. So again, it's kind of a nerf, but she gets a lot of utility. Damage reduction from subsequent stone shards against monsters was 25%, now it's 60%. Each stone shard now deals an additional 30 plus 10% AP against monsters. So, stone shards now deal damage to in a 175 radius around area effect, approximately 1.6 Temos. That's kind of funny. Um, that's really crazy, honestly. That's actually that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, cause I've seen the win rates already, so yeah, that kind of explains why. Like that's really crazy. Jeez. Hey, I don't know. I think she was solid. I just think people, she's not, she wasn't like super easy, so people just stink. Q threaded volley will now continue to cast while Talia is in stasis. That's very interesting. Casting Q threaded volley on work round now consumes a work round to fire a single boulder that deals double damage and slows all targets hits in a 225 radius by 30 to 50% for 2 seconds. That's actually really strong. Mana cost on a work round was 1, now it's 20, so yeah, that's pretty good. Minimum cooldown on work round was 1 second, now it's 0.75 seconds. Work round duration was 25 seconds, and now it's 30 seconds. Oh wow, you can just throw a boulder and then do that's crazy. Work ground radius was 300, now it's 400. The size of work ground on hauling boost, no, I don't care. Q thread volley cast on work ground has a new vo- I guess visual effects, sound effects, animation, voice effects. Maybe is that voice effects or visual? I'm not sure. Beats me. Um, I don't know. Beats me. Is that visual effects or voice effects? I don't know. Because visual can be animation. I don't know. W seismic shove was 70 to 110 mana. Now it's 40 to 0. That's really funny. Cooldown was 16 to 12. Now it's 14 to 8. Knocked up radius was 200. Now it's 225. Time delay before knockout was zero point 0.8 seconds. Now it's 0.75 seconds. So less time to react. No longer deals damage. The ability no longer deals damage though. So it's more purely a utility spell. Lower cooldown. So that's really strong. E Unraveled Earth cooldown was 16 to 8, now it's 16 to 12. Damage on initial cast was 5150 plus 40% AP, now it's 60 to 240 plus 60% AP. So the damage from her W was transferred onto her E pretty much. Slow strength was 20% plus 4% AP, now it's 20 to 28 plus AP ratio removed. Boulder detonation damage, I'm just sorry, I'm just making sure my video is playing, yeah. Boulder detonation damage was 50 to 90 plus 30% AP, to 25 to 105, 3% AP. That's mostly a nerf to the early game. So less nuky early game. Damage reduction per subsequent boulder hit was 15%, now it's 25%, so less damage. Maximum boulder detonation damage was 155 to 279, now 93% AP, now 62 to 262 and 75% HP. Delay between casting and spawning first row of boulders was zero point 0.1 seconds, now 0 seconds. I guess that just makes it less clunky. Delay between spawning rows of boulders after the first row is zero point 0.1, now it's 0.17 seconds. Tectonic shifts. Uh, Unravel Earth now spawns 6 rows of boulders, extending outwards from Telly with 4 boulders per row. Previously spawned 4 rows of boulders with 6 boulders per row. Interesting. Um, I mean, I guess that's just to make it so you hit more things or damage a rock in her place. Boulders now stun enemies that dash through them for the duration of the dash, plus zero point 0.6 to 1 seconds. Note the max stun duration is 2 seconds as monsters are always stunned for the max duration. Lol. Um, Unravel Earth no longer needs to deal additional damage after 4 seconds. Oh, that kind of stinks. Uh, Her ultimate range was 3,000 to 6,000. Now it's 2,500 to 6,500. Dash range with it when jumping off wall was 400. Now 700, so she can dash further. Dash speed when jumping off wall was 1,000. Now it's 1,200. Moving Talia while she is riding the Weaver's wall will now cause Talia to dash to the location click up to the maximum dash range instead of dropping her perpendicular to the wall. That's good. Dashing when jumping off the wall is now more forgiving when trying to dash through terrain. I didn't even know you can dash through terrain. So that's interesting. Damage from enemy champions or structure now prevents Talia from casting our Weaver's Wall for 3 seconds. RIP. Taking damage no longer knocks Talia off her wall. Oh, okay, so it's kind of a trade-off. That's very interesting. Lol, that's actually really funny and cheating. Just make a big getaway then. That's no wonder this champion got a huge win rate. She's like get out of jail free and shit. Like that's so funny. People play the saddest shit. I'm being honest. Rip Silly, I was considering jungling her, and now I was like, I feel like she's kind of tainted now. I'm kind of sad about it, honestly. I'm actually really sad about it. Um, Fix the bug where Telly would sometimes lose her passive permanently if she had a spell she active. Fix the bug where Telly would sometimes not get reduced cooldown or Q when cast on work ground. Interesting. RA cooldown was 12 seconds on her charm. Now it's 14 seconds. Spear Rush, her ultimate was 130 to 80. Now it's 140 to 90. So yeah, too strong. These people keep on saying Ari. Oh, Ari's in good place. Like, bro, Ari has like the freaking bronze player base. Honestly, it's like, can you just like be quiet? Thanks. Braum, per target cooldown as passive was 8 to 6. Now it's 8 to 4 seconds, so scales barely 8. I'm not sure what level that is. They probably should have said. E Unbreakable damage reduction was 30 to 40%. Now it's 35 to 55%. So it scales quite well. Some situations it's actually really good to even max not her, his his E. So yeah, that's pretty nice. I think he's solid. Just people underplay him. Hecarim, yeah, Hecarim's been absolutely blasted. Damage was 60 to 180 plus 65% AP. Now it's 60 to 180. Damage percent 80, bonus 80. Cooldown of his W was 18 seconds. Now it's 14 seconds. I guess it's pretty nice. They're being very careful because people abuse Hecarim for elo nowadays, which is kind of sad. I really wish tank builds weren't the way to go. I wish they just, I don't know. Maybe they should just rework his passive so movement speed doesn't give him damage or something. I'm being honest, like because too much cheesy shit happens where like they buff his AD scaling a lot to encourage AD, but then people just build movement speed tank items or something, or like tank plus phase rush and all this stuff. Like I feel like they maybe should just rework Hecarim as like a mini rework and just get rid of the passive because I feel like the passive is like it's just a gimmicky passive. Like oh yeah he's a horse so give him movement speed, but like I feel like it's causing gameplay issues with him. I miss the Hecarim build where you would go like Trinity Force, like some tank boots and like uh one build was really cool was I used to go Trinity Force Hextech Gunblade. That was kind of fun. Um, but yeah, I just feel like if they got rid of that passive, some less. I feel like less cheesy shit would happen. And it'd be easier to balance. Is they're so scared to balance them because these people, they played like the dumbest Hecarim. Like people play Hecarim like garbage. I'm being honest. They play him like absolute garbage, but they play him like people are stupid. Like oh Hecarim left. Like bro, he can go across the map in like 1 second. Like I don't know. People are just play very bad against Hecarim. It's very sad. Um, I don't know. I just feel like they should just change something with Hecarim there because it's just sad. Because people just know how to abuse Hecarim now, and they don't impile him. Well, they just know how to abuse shit with him. Master Yi, our bonus attack speed was 25 to 65. Now it's 25 to 45%. Wow, Master Yi nerfs finally. Oh, nearly 570 HP. Now it's 540. Okay, why did you buff it? This was like the biggest. This was the most obvious thing. Like, why would you even do that? Like, let's buff a 52% win rate champion. Like, yep, that's a good idea. So let's revert it 2 patches later for some reason. Pike, passive gift to the grounding one. Damage converted to gray when near two or more enemies was 40% plus 0.5% per lethality to 45%. So I guess they want to keep him in duo more. Bone Screwer now refunds mana upon hitting an enemy champion. Okay. Mana was 50 to 70, now it's 74 to 90, so they're trying to reward him to actually hit it instead of just throwing it. Mana refund was 50%, now it's 75%. Cooldown's ultimate was 120 to 6 to 80, now it's 100 to 70, so it's shorter. Pike no longer receives your cut gold upon successfully executing enemy champions with R's. Last assisting ally will still receive your cut. Pike no longer receives additional your cut gold when allies kill enemies uh, within death from below's execution area. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so this would hopefully stop mid Pike because that's where he gets all his gold from too. Pretty awful. I don't know. I never liked Pike because of this. It's just so snowbally. Oh, sorry. Um, Renata base armor was 29, now it's 27. Her passive damage was changed from 1.1 to 3.5 to 1 to 2. But they buffed the AP ratio from 1% AP to 2% per 100 AP, and the same thing with her passives. It's literally the same exact thing. This is because people are playing a really play style where they just build like full tank and like lock and stuff. I don't like that, so I like that they nerfed her armor a little bit, make her a bit squishier, and they also just gave her a stronger passive instead of some walking tank person easily autoing. I feel like you should be more crafty with your autos, and if you are doing the tank, you shouldn't be dealing as much damage, so that's nice to see that she actually is getting some good AP ratios. Recton, health growth was 92, now it's 97. Again, that's the thing I don't get. Well, it was 80 growth. Wait, okay, they do. Right. Why do they label the health growth on top when they did the 80 growth on top before? I don't get that. Health growth was buffed by 5, 80 growth was 3.75, now it's 4.15. 80 at 18 was 132, now it's 139. Ruthless Predator cooldown, his W was 13 to 9, now it's 16 to 8, so quite longer actually. Total physical damage was 10 to 80 plus 75% 80 to 10 to 130. 75% 80. Total physical damage when power was 15 to 135 plus 75% 80, now it's 15 to 195 plus 75% 80, so you can't use it as often, but it hits harder. His R was 40 to 120 damage. Now it's 50 to 150 damage every second. So that's pretty interesting. Rengar Battle War damage to monsters was 85 to 150. Now 65 to 130, so 1 through 80. Okay, I don't know. I'm not sure what I think about that. I mean, good, I guess. Um, this is. I'm glad they're fixing the fog war issues with sounds. That's pretty nice. Shyvana, more Shyvana buffs. That W damage check rate was 1 second. Now it's 1.5 seconds. That's huge, especially with jungle clearing. You can leave earlier. You can probably proc Krugs earlier. It's pretty huge change overall. E Flame Breath. The area effect zone from Shyvana's E Flame Breath now applies marks to enemies that enter the zone. It's not actually new. This was actually a feature that she had like 5 years ago, 7 years ago. If you look at the wiki, you'll see when they changed her E, this was literally labeled as an effect, and it must have vanished sometime between like 2016 to like 2020. Like it must have bugged out where it just stopped working. So I'm not sure why they put it as new. It's actually a bug fix, but it took like 5 years to fix. But they maybe didn't know about it. Funny enough, I actually think they fixed it because of me. I actually some report. I was actually very happy when I saw this because I actually submitted a bug report regarding Shyvana Z. Like like 2 months ago or a month ago. I don't know. And I literally said that her E is supposed to be applying it when you go back into it because I don't know. I I get very embarrassed when things happen that are very unexpected. Like when I remember I was streaming and I was playing Shyvana and I didn't kill this Kali mid lane. And I was like, where the hell was my damage? Like I eat her in dragon form. It missed, but she walked back into it. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just shred her. And I'm like, well, I was a little bit off, but I'm like, wait a second. She didn't have my passive. Why is that? And like from the E, and it's like I'm not stupid. I'm like my brain was like, why didn't it do that? Like they never changed Shyvana. I always pay attention to the patch notes, and so it's just nice to see that come back. It's just funny the circumstances that happen with me. Like if I ever die, it's usually because of some weird miscalculation, whether it be a game bug or like my teammate. Like I don't know, or there's an absolute stupid champion I've never versed, and I'm just gonna perm ban them. Like for instance, Olaf, I'll probably just perm ban him. Um, Bug fixes fix the bug where Shyvana's Q twin bite would not attack player created targets like Teemo mushrooms or allow his tentacles twice. Yeah, that was actually a really big bug, so that's really nice. Fix the bug where Shyvana's Q second attack would not deal damage if the enemies were running away from her. That's huge. Fix the bug where Shyvana's W burnout visual effects. I'm guessing that's visual effects. We're not correctly displaying when inside the Marquise or Death Realm. Um, yeah, and I see people in the league that they're like, "Oh, Shyvana, this guy has 60% win rate. Wow, is she good?" Like, bitch. Oh, sorry. I was like, wait, should I say that word? But yeah, that's fine. Um, but I was like, yeah, like these people have the a really flawed thought process with a game with like 100 plus champions. You think just because people aren't playing something, it means it's bad. When it's like, no. It's like saying, here's a white shirt and here's a designer brand white shirt. All the rich people wear the designer brand white shirt. Does that mean that regular white shirt sucks? Like, no. I don't know. It's just like it annoys me. It's just like people act like people just joke about right. I don't know. People just they're just stupid. It drains my brain. Cyan now deals 6% roost damage to structures while in his reanimate frenzy form. Includes runes and items. Okay. Just some cheesy shit that people are doing to Scion. Passive Damnation, ability power, and bonus soul armor per soul was 0.75, now it's 1. Please gather your souls. I hate when people don't do that. Shield strength was 60 to 100 plus 1 soul. It's 60 to 180. So it just scales by 1 more per soul, so that's pretty big. So yeah, souls are really good to get. Varus bonus attack speed on non-champion kills was 10. They change Varus like every fucking patch. 10 to 20% plus 50% bonus attack speed to 10. Now it's 20% bonus attack speed. 10% more bonus attack speed on champion kills. Okay. Um, it scales with 40% of the bonus attack speed. Bonus match damage on hit on his W was 7 to 21. Now it's 7 to 27, so I guess they scaled it later on. Hullbreaker, so it used to give 20 to 60 for melee, 20 to 60 what? Oh yeah, armor and armor. Now it's 10 levels 1 through 15, and 20 to 75. So it scales better, but earlier on it's weaker. This is because this item was probably too strong early, which is good. Same thing with MR, and now it used to deal 20% bonus damage from all sources against structures. Now it's only attack deal 20% bonus damage against structures. So that's good. Yeah, that was probably part of the Scion thing. Maybe some other champions. Some client updates. So let's read some of these things. Swain could pull you even if you cleanse his root effect. Fix the bug where Rengar could steal damage with his Q if even if it was blinded by Teemo's Q. Um, what else is there? Elisa's W was ignoring Baron. Oh yeah, this bug. Nocturne's R was playing louder if near people. Yeah, that was really funny. Um, da, 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 da. Fix the bug where Relay would only receive stacks of her passive on your in favor for champions hit when hitting champions and minions monsters simultaneously. That's funny. Fix the bug where Lily was not receiving the correct amount of healing from her passive late in bow. That's interesting. I wonder how much. So Lily got buffed. Fix the bug where sound effects for Ash W volley would stop if it was leveled up to rank 2 on cast. Interesting. Um, something with game planks are canceling autos or something. Da, 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 da. Wukong's E into Q would fail the stack conquer. Wukong buff. Um, what? Fix the bug where turrets were priority and target enemies damaged by Kogma's passive. The surprise. That's funny. Fix the bug where key Basri's Alpha Strike sound effects would sometimes be audible for the enemy team in Fog War. More Fog War stuff with Shaco's backstab and Felix Gun swapping. Fix the bug where the sound of Scuttle shield breaking when playing the Fog War. Okay, that's all good. I'm really glad they're fixing all this Fog War shit, because that shit was really annoying. There's so much cheesy shit. Yeah, that's it for this video. This was really fast. I'm gonna make my other video now. Yep, bye.